Hello, everyone. So, in this next session, I'm going to talk about my review regarding this UGC NET exam. So, I wrote my exam on 22nd of June 2023, and I gave my centers within North Kerala, but they put the entire tourism students within Kerala, which is the male participants mostly, into the capital city of Trivandrum, right? And rest of them to near places, right? So my exam was on shift one, which starts on 9 to 12. So I had to go early. I had to take all the way train from like Kasaragod to entire Trivandrum. So I bought my train. I booked an like, seat and I went there. I reached at 3 a.m. and I slept there. Then I took train to Varkala, which is where the center is, right? So within arriving it, I have like last time I wrote this exam, what that was in 2019, 2018. At that time, it was a different area before COVID. After COVID is something else. Those who have written exam might be knowing it. Getting into the exam center is like I'll tell you, Ashish. I'll definitely tell you. Please, sorry. That I'm going to talk about it. Any book, let me tell you, it's a big story. I want to talk this. I want to clearly give you the version. Number one, there is no such book for tourism. I'm sorry. You may get tourism books. There are books in Amazon, but unfortunately, that will never satisfy you. This is where I coming back to exam. So I wrote this exam. To get an exam, it's like getting into a international airport. So much verification, passport checking. It was like I took my thumb 2 or 3 times. I get inside. I went into the area and I wrote the exam. Let me talk about paper number one. In paper number one, we have 50 questions. Within these 50 questions, you have like five of them was max mostly. Max means simple max, which is based on one question was a number series. For example, it gave 5, 7, 9 like that. So it is like 2 square plus 1, like that you can find it out. Number series showed. And most of the questions in paper 1 itself, it had research. Within research, they had talked about qualitative research, how to, what is qualitative research and what's the main pattern means. You will have one question. Within that question, you will be having 5 options and you have to choose which of the following option. There is no direct question at present. At present, you will get what we say like questions will be A and B follows, B and C follows. At present, these exams are not direct based questions. You will only get a few questions. So this is paper one. Paper one had a one comprehension. Within that one reading comprehension, there's a max problem. It is an article. It was an article from economics. So what they did was they had a data representation. It was simple, and they made the reading comprehension complicated. In which we like we as a student we only realize that there is only one type of reading operation. Just read the paragraph and write the answer. No, within the reading comprehension there was a problem. It seems we had to tackle the problem within that comprehension. I was literally shocked. I was like, how can I do like I don't have the touch right now. And they had logical reasonability ability. Indian school of logic like that. Modules are like that. So somehow I wrote the 50 questions, but still I didn't get the strength. Then I got into the paper two. Paper 2, at present, I'm pretty sure telling you there is no such book. To study paper 2 is something that you need to be right now. If you want to qualify with ARF, you need to study like a civil service applicant. They will ask questions from anywhere. There was one question. The question was Rometa. I can write you Rometa, Roometa. Rometa means it's a moving compartment. It's a moving compartment within people used to travel, like a sleeper coach or first class coach. Rometa. One question was from there, which is part of hospitality management. In match the following today, like they had like one side as the air, like the airlines, and the other was the airline code. So you need to talk like that airline code itself is a very tough thing only. It's not like generally if you learn about Air India, Air Snow, they're going to the much more to European airlines maybe. And third question, it was about a Chinese emperor, a Chinese dynasty, something like that. And that question is, it's a statement mostly. It's not direct question. Statement showing that these Ming dynasty something was happening. How was his reign? You had four options within that. It was statement only. So, like at present, what I realize is net exam has stopped. They have literally stopped direct questions. Yes, there are one or two questions, but they are not. They know what you are thinking. They know that you will only write this thing only, so they will write, for example, you have to learn about latest amendments, latest technology, latest programs, like Hriday heritage tourism, like augmentation drive, which was later transformed to Prasad, which was a pilgrimage tourism and augmentation heritage drive. I'm sorry about the spelling. And they had same option to study that thing. You have studied out circuit trade, but unfortunately, it was not asked in this exam. One question was there from the area. Within that one column, they wrote about the management theories. Management theories has been coming for past 10 or 15 years. Fortunately, I have studied it. I made a book for myself. That is where I coming to you. To you, if there are lots of books, I'm pretty sure you'll get books, but I don't think book will ever satisfy you. You are, if you are studying for the first time, please don't go for that book. Book is very outdated. I'm not I'm not demonetizing you. I am talking in favor of you. If you have an internet phone, if you have a pen and paper or book, try to buy, like next exam in December only. Within this next exam, you do a thing. You buy 20 rupees book is there, unrolled book. You buy four or five, it will cost 100 rupees. Take, you can even to make more interesting, buy a sketchbook, sketch pen, like settle with, you take it, you start and make your own notes. Like exam, if next exam is in December, you need to get the current affairs or tourism related data till October, because after October they might be settling the question paper, etc. They have even asked questions related to this area. Like they are not asking directly regarding questions. I'm coming back to my questions. Number second question that had in paper two was related to, there are sweets or desserts part of Indian desserts. One was payasam. As a general person, I know it's payasam. There was mishti doi. That question, Mishti Doi is connected with West Bengal. So match the following. They had like for one side you will have the play items, on the other you will have the places. You can, even if you don't know yourself, if you know one option, and if you look at the answer keys, answer area, if your option comes in as a vibrant area, or like within this two or three options, if your option like A1 is Mishti Doi, if A is Mishti Doi and one, the next column is West Bengal, and you match that correctly, and you look closely downside and you look at the option, if that option is still there, then you're right, then you're easy. But today is not that condition. It's different. They are like bringing areas which are not in heard of. You have to learn more of it. You have to learn about Indian dance, foods, desserts. Regarding desserts, let me come back to you. There was one question where they had talked about caviar. Caviar or some other product. If you are a hospitality tourism student, you can clearly identify. Caviar is the egg of a fish. I have seen it in movie, like in YouTube. They used to press the fish and they'll takes out, and it is like ate as a cold food only. It's a European dish. They have talked about it regarding these questions after 15 times, and we had two reading comprehensions. One, it was connected with Pat Patterson, who had made United Airlines. The other about China. These two were easy. So to clarify, if you have 100 questions, within the 100 questions you have 10 questions based on reading comprehension within paper 2. These 10 questions are the only thing that we will ever get. You can be sure of. 10 into 2, 20. Rest 80, you need to take somehow. You need to prepare 5 or 6 books, one book for the entire physical geography of India. We had one more question also, like match the following. Left side they showed about the major rivers around the world, right side the places. Fortunately, the first option was Mississippi and USA, And I looked at below. I didn't know rest of the area, but the question showed A1 as USA. So in within that, I could find the answer and I was selected. The questions that is asked in paper two in shift number one for tourism, sometimes I feel like sad also. How can I even cross this area? To get JRF, you need 180 above. I'm talking about all like solutions. So to know about a book, if you're finding for if you need a book, if you want a book, I'm saying there's no book, man. There is no book, my dear viewers. If you are seeing this review or view live session, there is no such book. There is a book, but I don't think you will ever feel. If you buy that book, if you study it, if you day and night you sleep and depend on it, and when you get into the exam hall, I'm pretty sure next day I burned my book. I had two books, I burned it because it's different. To study tourism, to clarify tourism, which means you have to aim for the highest end. That's my view. I'm not demotivating anyone. I'm telling you, you need to buy 5 or 6 notebooks, make your own notes. They be colorful and study that thing. Management theories they have asked. Only one question came from accounting. Only one question for accounting came. Rest of the area didn't talk about it. Personality was not there. They didn't ask about tourism area life cycle. They didn't ask about IREDX model. They have asked like this. Like the latest version is that they will give 4 or 5 options. They have statement. They will give you a statement only. For example, that like at present the airlines in Asia has following something like writing. Within that, you have 5 or 6 statements. That statement you need to arrange in sequence. That question, you need to arrange the answer in sequence. To know the answer in sequence, you have to learn more about. You cannot like mug up and go. To study for tourism, you cannot go mug. You can just like you study like you don't learn about. You have to learn what is the entire area. For us, two papers are paper one. For rest of the other students, paper one is general paper. Next paper they are free because they don't have to learn about more. We have to learn everything under ourselves. We have to learn about it. That's why we are getting low numbers in JRF. Even though our cutoff is very low, but it's tough to get. So for me, I wrote the paper two. Within this paper two, I could only see new technologies. Only few of them only came regarding what we say about talking about rivers in India. It didn't come. Talking about dance forms, it didn't come. You have to learn. You have to study everything for tourism, dance forms, art forms, martial art forms, books, areas, routes, the ancient people who came. There's one more question. That is that who is the European explorer who came along with Marco Polo? It's a question. Who is that other person who came along with Marco Polo? So they are talking about the travel writers. Marco Polo was there. Fahian is there, Buddhist monk. There is Alberoni. There is Ibn Battuta. So you have to learn that thing also. You have to. So the other person I know, he's an Italian. So Marco Polo is an Italian. So the other person might be an Italian person. So within that option, I saw a person called Berucci. I think he's an Italian, so I clicked it. I couldn't even cover everything. Even I prepared for the entire thing. So please cover paper two syllabus in tourism. I'll try. I'll try. So within this time I'll try. Uh, Entire paper of tourism is like I can talk about it, but I'm like you only. I am not like an big say like technical person who has a YouTube channel and like they make play paid promotion etc. I'm like you only. I only talk about what I know. So I'll try. Like and other thing, this is starting point for me. I don't think I'll qualify. I feel sad also. Like I know the question paper or the response is going to come, and I can see my future also. To get JRF, I don't think I will get, but still I feel like I wish that I could get it, but I can't get it. It's near next to me, but I'll never get that thing. So let's see. If I have my response sheet, I share it with you in the live. If you can. Right now, these are questions this is based on memory, and there were other questions like on hospitality based. There was there. Rest of the items were not there. Paper two. This is all I know. Rest of they had research. They had a question which is match the following for validity, construction validity, criterion validity, like that. So you have to learn about research aptitude. So what you're learning in paper one, also you have to carry forward this thing also. Communication, it's there in paper one. You are studying paper two also. Research aptitude was paper one, studying paper two also. And reading comprehension in paper one, we have read two also. And sometimes they may even add a paper, the data presentation also. This time, data presentation for shift one was very easy. It was just average only. There's no percentage, nothing. And these were the questions that I remember. I still remember. If I get my response sheet and I calculate, I can even talk about what is the major questions asked in the area. So for me, that test is very tough. Tough means like even though I prepared everything, still I feel like I didn't get any. So I'm very sad. It's a dilemma for us, for these aspirants. After like spending all these years on other examinations, still I don't feel confident about my test. I may call like I may like clear net, but for right now, as for me, net is not a basic thing because I need JRF. But unfortunately, I don't get it. If I get it, I'm happy. If I don't, I don't feel the surety. I can even promote you any books. I cannot promote any books because I have bought 205. Nothing happened to me. Yes, that books have the like static GK, like general ideas you can get about rivers or lakes, etc. That you can find easily in internet only. Why wasting 500 600 books? Why wasting it? If you want to buy, buy for paper one. It will never go. Still, you have to find current affairs, circuits, cruises, current trends, new themes. Sustainable development goals is a topic which was never seen in both paper one and paper two. And these were the areas that I have seen in this exam review. For me, this exam is like a moderate session, more too difficult. Uh, I got out of the examination and still I can't sleep. It's just like 25/6, still I feel something is missing within me. So these are the basic thoughts about the exam. So tough what we have next. I need to prepare for December 2. That's the last time which I ever going to write the examination. After that, I don't need an JRF or like or this fellowship because I am crossing 1 year of my PhD work. So that studying is not good for me. It's a last try. Hope for the best. So if I get my response sheet, I'll share it with you. I will make another class and show you what are the questions came. These are the questions I still remember. I don't remember much. So I will try to talk more about it. And thank you. And I'll upload this thing on the main way. Thank you.